Today I'll talk about a retirement strategy that allows individuals to spend their money during retirement and pass their money on to the next generation. The specific case study we're going to examine is someone who is in their early 60s. They have about $750,000 of liquid cash. You'll see that it came from a recent sale, but we're going to use that $750,000 to create a total value of $2.7 million. And we're going to do this without any market risk and also guaranteeing an income stream for the rest of this individual's life. So a little bit on her situation. Her and her husband have a goal to retire within the next 5 to 6 years. She's in her early 60s. Her husband is in his mid 50s. He'd like to work for about another 5 years or so, maybe a little bit less, a little bit longer, but right in that neighborhood of 5, potentially 6 years. Now, their income goal in retirement is $200,000 per year. And they've put themselves in a good situation where they can predict what a lot of their income will be, but you'll notice where they are right now, they're still a little short from what they want. So, what they recently did is sell a property where they have $750,000 liquid in cash, and this is the net proceeds from the sale. Now, their specific goals are as follows. I'd like to be able to leave this to my kids. However, I still need another $60,000 per year during retirement. What we currently have gives us about $140,000. Their goal is $200,000. I'll show you their exact numbers in a little bit. So the question that they have is, if it's possible, how do I spend my money and also leave my money? Because that's what I want to do. Well, we have this thing called insurance that allows us to do it. Life insurance can ensure that we leave the dollar amount that we want to our beneficiaries, and annuities are offered by insurance companies that ensure we will never run out of money. So what we're going to look at is combining those two products, life insurance and annuities, to achieve this goal. How do they get $200K per year in income and leave at least $750,000 to their beneficiaries? So what we'll look at first is where they are if they do nothing. We'll call this option A. Currently, they know that they will have $45,000 per year of combined income. That's for both the husband and the wife in Social Security. That's a lock. Rental income. They know that they'll have just short of $100,000 per year. That's producing right now, it's about $98K per year. When you add those two together, it gives you $143,000. So they've got this $750,000 in excess cash. To be clear, they also have cash in other accounts. This is money that they want to use for retirement and potentially to get more real estate. So what they can do with this is they could continue to invest in real estate and try to produce more income. They know the real estate game, so that is a real possibility, and they probably can do that. They could put it in a high yield savings account. I wouldn't recommend that, but I put that here because we see a lot of people do this. Typically, what most people fall into is they have cash and they try really hard to preserve it, and they just live in fear. As needed, they supplement income, meaning your goal is $200K. You know you'll have $143,000. You've got this nest egg of $750,000. I don't want to run out. I don't want to take on any market risk. The stock market was a big no. So what I'll do is just put it somewhere where I can earn some interest, and I think I can get by on 140. Even though it's not what I want, I'll just kind of live on dribs and drabs and then try and leave whatever the balance is to my kids. I think a lot of people go through that. A lot of people do go through that. So here is one potential solution. We'll call this option B. First, the Social Security and rental income. That is exactly the same as what we have in option A. The difference is we're going to use that $750,000 in cash to purchase an annuity. The annuity is going to produce an annual income of $62,000 per year if they start taking income in 12 months, not 5 or 6 years from now. So what this does is put their total income at over $200,000. And here's the big thing about the annuity income. You've got the word guarantees in here, guaranteed income payment. You'll see that on the illustration as well, and it's contractually guaranteed by that insurance company. So income is now over $200,000. What we're going to do with this strategy is use the income from the annuity for a period of about 5 years to feed a life insurance policy, which will accumulate cash value quickly. We'll show you how to maximize that. What this also does is earn a return and provide a bucket of cash that they have access to anytime. They also have guarantees with that policy. So I'll see it go no or but up over time. And we'll also have a death benefit that starts out at, guess what? $750,000 that is paid income tax-free to their beneficiaries when they pass. Let's take a look at the numbers. What we'll start with is the annuity itself. So we looked at two different options here. I've got the full illustration, but I'm just going to use the comparison chart. So what we've got is mom at 62 years old. This assumes a $750,000 deposit. If she starts to take income 1 year from now, at 63 years old, the income is just about $62,000 per year that is guaranteed for life. What this chart is showing, where you see the number go up every year, as this is the lifetime payment column, is if she decides to wait before she starts to take income, that's how much she'll get. So if she waits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and says, we just want to retire and maximize the income from this, the guaranteed income payment would be $80,000 per year. So that's another option that's available. If she's going to wait, though, 5 years, here's why we always look at multiple companies, different annuities may pay more at a different date than other annuities. Annuities are a fun game, but we definitely want to shop the options, and the timing as far as when we purchase has a big play as well as far as which one's going to look the best. Okay, let's look at the strategy now, shall we? So what we'll start with is the annuity, and then we'll transition into the life insurance policy. So first, we've got the income chart that we just looked at. Here we go. And what do you notice? If she starts taking income at 63, she would be guaranteed income of just about $62,000 per year for the rest of her life. If she waits until she's 64, the guaranteed income is about $65,000 per year. And if she waits until she's 65, then it's almost $73,000 per year. The longer you wait, the higher the income benefit is, similar to Social Security. Now, so you don't want to wait. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. We're not going to wait. Here's why. We're going to start that annuity now, and then 12 months from now, we're going to flip the income switch on, which will guarantee income of just over $60,000 per year. You'll notice that for the first 5 years, we've got this red box around it. Why? Because for a period of 5 years only, we are going to move that income payment from the annuity into a life insurance policy, meaning she is not receiving this income personally. So what we're doing here is moving $60,000 per year into the policy. This is a whole life insurance policy. We set the death benefit at $750,000, and the first year cash value is $49,000 and change. If we wanted that higher, closer to $53,000 or $54,000, I would start with a lower death benefit and design this differently. However, the goal here is not just to spend enough money in retirement, but also pass on the $750,000 that they have in cash right now. So what this immediately does for them is give them a death benefit of $750,000, which is paid out 100% income tax-free, which is a nice benefit. What I really, really like about these strategies is you can set them up. If you set it up right, and the timing is right, check this out. 5 years in, she stops payments altogether because this is right around the time that she wants to retire. I should say 6 years in because she's starting at 62 and the last payment is made at 67, but right around the age she wants to retire fully, $300K is paid into the policy. $300K is in cash value in the policy. You can access that cash value anytime you want. The death benefit's still at $750. You pay nothing now, and the cash value does nothing but grow over time. The death benefit eventually grows as well. So, what happens at 68 when she fully retires? She's no longer putting money into the policy, but the annuity is still paying income. So now she takes that money and puts it into her pocket, meaning she spends it during retirement. Here you go. So what we're looking at here is the income. That's the annual income. And this is the total income. We'll call it money spent or money produced. How much is being produced from the annuity? And then also money in cash, which is the cash value in her life insurance policy. So I want to look at the total value here, and let's look at age 70, 80, and 90. And again, this is while she is still alive. So what we're going to look at here, going back to the whiteboard, is money received by age 70, money in reserves, and then money paid to kids. And we're going to see the total value. So age 70, how much money did she receive by 70? The answer is $493, almost $494,000. So let's go back, 494. See what's going on here. Those are the total payments from the annuity. By age 80, the total payments are $1.1 million. I'll go back in a moment. By age 90, the total payments are $1.7 million, a little bit more actually. $1.725 million. So that's the total income she received just from the annuity. And again, how we are getting these numbers. Here's your annual income, and then the column entitled money spent just tallies up the total income payments. So by 70, 494, by 80, 1.1, and then 90, 1.7. See what's going on there? Okay, total cash value in reserves here. By 70, 348, and then by 80, 570. Let's go back. 348,000, 570,000. By age 80 and by age 90, we've got $965,000. Check that out. So that's how much she has in reserves in addition to receiving the income from the annuity, which is pretty cool when we look at the strategy. So the total value while she is alive is as follows. If she makes it to 70, $841,000, it would actually be more than that because she deposited $750,000 into the annuity. If she did die at 70, she's received $494 in annuity payments. There's going to be a balance there. Typically, we recommend not setting up annuities in a manner where the insurance company keeps the money when you die. With this particular setup, the cash balance would be paid to her beneficiary. So that value actually would be higher, but we're not including that in this chart to keep it simple. If we look at 80 though, the total value, 1.7, and if she makes it to 90, the total value is about $2.7 million, which is what we mentioned earlier. She used $750,000, and that's what fed this plan, assuming she is still alive at age 90. What if she's not alive? Then what does it turn into? Well, then we've got the following. Value at death, age 70, $1.25 million. Would actually be more than that, again, because we would have a balance on the annuity, which we would need to factor in. So the total value here on the right shows how much she received in payments, and then how much will be paid to her kids. The amount that would be paid to the kids when we go back to the whiteboard would just be this column in brown. So 750, 750, and call it 980 at the bottom, or 984. So let's do that. 750K, 750K, and then $984,000, which is also paid income tax free, which is huge. And to wrap this up, the total value is really what I like to look at here, because again, with this strategy, what we did is we used $750,000 for someone who did not want to take on risk and had a fear of running out of money. So what we did is guaranteed a lifetime income stream with an A-rated insurance company and the annuity product that they offered. And then the total value, while alive, tallies up the total income payments you received from the annuity plus the reserves you have in cash value, and then value at death tallies up again the total income you received from your annuity plus the death benefit that would be paid at your death. And we're using products that all have guarantees that are built in. The life insurance values that you see there are not based on the guarantees though. They're based on the non-guaranteed values, but they're with a major mutual company that we track the performance with and see them always deliver. In any event, hope you enjoyed this video. This is a strategy that I always have a ton of fun with because there's a lot you can do with it. People aren't aware of the fact that you can leverage different products to guarantee an income stream and pass the money that we want to. And it's so easy too. It's not a very complex strategy. There's a couple steps we like to take during the initial meetings just to make sure we have liquidity in other sources. If we don't, we wouldn't use the full 750, because the one thing about annuities is when we guarantee that income stream, we give up a lot of the access to the principal balance. So that can be one big potential drawback. But as long as we're aware of the pros and cons and it fits what we're trying to do, they can work beautifully. I think they can at least. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, please leave them below. You can DM me on LinkedIn, or you can check out our website, ibcglobalinc.com, or our YouTube channel where we've got several strategies similar to the one that we just covered. Thanks again for watching all the way through, and as always, I hope this helps.